Good morning. Happy Labor Day. I'm Cindy Ross, owner of Socialize Your Business. I have Mr. Ray Collins here with New Horizon Insurance Agency. We're over in Gulf Shores. Beautiful Gulf Shores. Thanks,
Absolutely.
Ray, for coming on with me today.
Thank you for coming over.
Yeah, absolutely. So Ray and I've been doing business for a while now.
Yes, we have.
Is it close to a year?
About a year.
I think so. So yeah, him and his family own this place, and it's just a great location. You guys got to get down to Orange Beach, Gulf Shores area. And Ray, what are you guys focusing on right now during this time of year? I mean, with all the hurricanes out there, you see a
Well,
pickup?
we've been focusing on the flood insurances, and homeowners insurances have been really big this year. Some rates have been coming down, and deductibles have been coming down, and that's been really good for our business.
Saving people a lot of money?
Absolutely, and reducing those deductibles particularly too.
Awesome. Yeah, I was telling him that we're about to start building our house, and my husband's going to be calling him, so it'll be fun. All right, so you ready to play Fast Five with me?
Absolutely.
Okay. Question number one. What type of insurance coverage that you offer at New Horizons do you think everyone should have?
Well, absolutely homeowners insurance. That's without a doubt. And then health insurance, life insurance. Those are the three that I want to make sure that everybody has proper coverages in.
And you were telling me something earlier too, that some of your clients have been with you for a while and they're always like, Ray, should I change this up? Should I change this up? And you've always been like, no, just stay where you're at, and then when it's time. And so you're constantly reviewing their accounts and seeing what they need to improve on.
Right. The first thing I do is with any client is when they come in, I'm going to look at what they currently have, and then I want to review it against what the market has available and what's available through our agency. And for the past many years, the coverages they had in place were the appropriate coverages. They were at a good price or at the market price. They were always high in our area, of course. But this year, after 3 to 5 years of saying stay where you're at, stay where you're at, this year the deductibles have been coming down, the premiums have been coming down, so we've been saving money on a bunch of different ways.
Sure.
Even flood policies, which you usually think are all the same price because it's a federal program, I'm finding many policies when I review them, they're rated incorrectly. And so a customer may be paying higher because they didn't know that they needed a certain vent, a certain number of vents in order to raise the elevation of the home and reduce their premium greatly.
And I think as a consumer, we're not even thinking about like, okay, is it time for me to review my account? Where can I be saving money at? And so it's awesome to have an agent that actually looks out for our best interests. So that's really cool.
Yeah,
Really cool.
I enjoy doing it.
That's awesome. Okay, question number two. For a family who is looking into moving into Baldwin County, can you provide one tip to consider when shopping for property insurance?
Well, absolutely speak to an agent that will talk to you, okay, that will listen to what you're concerned about, and then has the contracts and the ability, the market to go to find competitive quotes. We're going to find competitive quotes among a bunch of different carriers. But even if the carrier seems to be the same, for instance, Lloyd's of London's a really popular one. But even with Lloyd's of London, you can get 5 Lloyd's of London quotes, but they're different because they're different contracts, or they call them syndicates.
Sure.
So we want to do all that shopping for our customer. So that's the critical thing. Make sure we look at a bunch of different options.
That's awesome. Okay, great advice. Number 3, advertising is big with insurance companies like Flo and Progressive. Do you have a favorite?
I like Flo. Okay. I like Flo. So Flo, and I like the duck. I like Aflac. Okay. I like Flo and the duck. Those are my 2 favorite folks, and we do write for Progressive as well as a competitor, which is National General. And again, we look at those and balance those.
Sure.
And the carriers we write for expect us to do that. They expect us to compete against other carriers. That's the great thing. They're not saying just sell us.
Right.
They want a customer who's going to stay with them for a long time, and if we quote it correctly at the independent agency, then they're going to get a client that's going to stick with them for year after year after year.
Very cool. Question number 4, which auto company should we go with if we want the best rate on our auto insurance?
Again, I have to run it through multiple carriers in order to determine that, because every carrier has their specific person, their specific age person, driving habits,
Driving record.
Absolutely driving record. Now we can, folks that have are challenged in the driving record area, we are able to quote those and make sure they have the right coverages. But also when we quote them, we're going to find out which one, like a National General or Progressive, they're going to find out which one really wants their business by the way they quote the rate.
Do you have one that you find yourself going with on a more regular basis?
And no, I don't. Between
It
the
just
two,
jumps
between the
around.
two, they really go back and forth. Now, when I speak to a client, I have an idea of which one's going to come out on top, and then but that's just from quoting them over and over and over again. That this is going to be the best one. If we can get an advanced quote, one carrier is going to favor them a little bit more. If somebody runs in and says, "I can have insurance now," then that's going to be a higher quote.
Higher quote, of course. All right, last one. Question number 5. Football season has officially kicked off. Who's your favorite sports team?
I've been told a long time ago in our area
You better love Alabama.
you have no favorite football team. It doesn't work your favor.
You know what? You're right. I had somebody bought me a little business card stand that had Alabama on there, and then I have so many clients that walk in that aren't Alabama fans, and so it is best just to kind of keep. It's like one of those things that you do not talk about with your clients.
And insurance, actually, when we're training with different insurance carriers, one of the things they ask you to remember to do is to de-identify yourself. Don't visit with a client with even the wrong color shirt, because people will associate that with one
in the
team
South,
or another.
they're hardcore fans.
That's absolutely
you do
right.
not want to offend anybody. Ray, is there anything that you want our viewers to know about New Horizons that maybe if they're in the area they didn't realize?
Well, I just want them to know that if they come in here, they're going to be treated with respect. We're going to spend the appropriate amount of time with them to understand what they really need and what their concern is, but then we're going to help them identify what exposure they might have or what risk they might have because they're not covered in a certain area. Uninsured motorists is one of the biggest openings that people don't understand. That protects our client, the insured, in case somebody hits them that doesn't have enough insurance or any insurance at all. That is the biggest overlooked area, and people, every time I review an auto policy that I haven't written or that our agency hasn't written, that usually is an area that we can usually improve on.
Hey guys, if you're looking to save some money, give Ray a call over at New Horizon Insurance Agency. What's the phone number over here, Ray?
251-517-4900.
And then you can also find all of his information on Facebook. We'll make sure to put all the information on our page as well. And the website?
www.new-horizon-insurance.com, and we're right behind the Walgreens store at corner of Fort Morgan and 59.
Yeah, you can't miss them. And seriously, if you don't think that you have the best policy, let Ray and his team look it over, and you won't be disappointed at all.
Yeah, and if you think you've got the best policy, let me tell you that. I will.
He will. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Happy Labor Day, and we'll see you tomorrow. Thanks, Ray.
Thank you.